One of them being Colleen Emmot, who I have to say we've already debuted her poems at my house and laughed and laughed and laughed. It was like I couldn't help it. I made the books and I said, you got to hear this. So come on up, Colleen Emmot.
Now I'm going to read you some very serious poetry and not ones that will make you laugh. Yeah, like that's going to happen. I would first like to thank Jade for burrowing into my brain and helping to bring the poet within out. I never thought I'd do this, so... Anyway, off we go. Don't put the book in front of your face, she says. I guess I was supposed to figure this out before I got up here, wasn't I? Yeah, which one do I want to read?
You could add lib in between.
Yeah, I'm good at that. Maybe I should start with the virulé, just because it sort of speaks to where I started on this journey. And pardon me as I adjust my lovely bifocals as we go. This one is called Resignation. My mind has gone blank, creativity's tanked, offline. I struggle to find an excellent rhyme. It's hard. I'm just not a bard. Give Jade my regard. No thanks. But then I warmed up a little and thought, oh, maybe I can do some of this. So, a pastiche. I love pastiches. This one is called Discarded, and it's a pastiche of, oh yes, it was called Castaway by that lovely poet Anon, who seems to write a lot. I'm not even sure. She took me in her eager hands. I felt excitement grow. Exactly what she had in mind, I truly couldn't know. She gently peeled away my wrap and gazed with such desire at what I had to offer her. Her passions were on fire. At first, her touch was tentative, her fingers gently poked, but soon her pace was feverish. A monster had awoke. Her appetite, an earthquake, with constant aftershocks. I now lie crumpled on her bed, an empty chocolate box. Had you go in there, didn't I? How much time have I got here? Okay, just lots. Okay, I'll do a couple more. This was the ballad that we did, which was kind of timely, and unfortunately it's sounding like it's almost timely again, what with mines collapsing all over the world. This is called the Ballad of Copiapo. No one really knows for sure just why the tunnel fell and trapped those hardy miners inside a living hell. For agonizing days and nights, their families had to cope with knowing nothing of their fate. They survived on hope. The rescuers worked desperately with tenacity and drive. After 17 long days of toil, they found them all alive. So now the efforts multiplied. A new urgency had been found to save those souls who were entombed a half-mile underground. The world looked on anxiously. We prayed, we held our breath, as one by one the men were plucked from the clutching jaws of death. They say it was a miracle. It seems that most agree. The hand of God was cradling the Chilean 33. I'll save Mother's hands till the end. A couple of people have wanted to hear that. So. Oh, one more pastiche that I says Jay. You want to accompany me? Is Joni Mitchell in the house? This was sort of rattling around in my head after we first did the pastiche, and so I thought, okay, I'll try it. It's called coulrophobia. Anyone know what that means? You'll probably find out. And this is a pastiche of both sides now. I will not be singing it. Floppy shoes and baggy clothes, white grease paint, a big red nose, hair the color of rainbows. I've looked at clowns that way. But they no longer bring me cheer. Their faces wear revolting sneers. They're not always what they appear, so clowns scare me today. I've looked at clowns from both sides now, from good and bad, and still somehow. I think I need more Nebutol. I really don't like clouds at all. Yep, probably would have been easier to sing it, actually. Okay, last, because holy crow. This is, what is it? Is it called Chirel? Chirel. I don't know. I'll learn. Maybe next session if I take this. It's called Mother's Hands. My next Hallmark greeting card. They held you close. They dried your tears. They helped to banish childhood fears. They've been there since your life began. There's nothing like your mother's hands. They push you to achieve your all. They're there to catch you when you fall. They shield and comfort without demands. There's nothing like your mother's hands. So cherish now their sweet caress, this wondrous gift with which you're blessed. All too soon, you'll understand how much you miss your mother's hands.